First off, congratulations on I Can Only Imagine 2. That is huge.
Yeah, it's huge. It's crazy.
Um, your career began on the stage though, so I just wanted to know what made you venture into film?
It, it's interesting because like I kind of jumped on when I was really young, right? I was 10 years old when I got an agent and I kind of just jumped straight into it. And so I didn't really want to limit myself. There was definitely majority passion in like theater, but then eventually I slowly started to find more film auditions because there's just more film than there is theater that I was really passionate about. And so eventually I just kind of found myself hearing stories that I really enjoyed and that I really wanted to tell and thought that should be told. Um, and so it kind of just slowly morphed towards the film direction.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And this is your first big film role, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Um, what was this experience like for you?
It was crazy for the short answer, but to get into it, like I kind of grew up with Mercy Me's music in general, and so that was a huge part of my life. And then to kind of come in and do a film that's like this huge, it's a big deal, was a dream come true, and everyone on it was there to like tell the story that we all wanted, and all of the direction and stuff like that really just kind of hit the nail on the head, and we kind of fell in love with the story.
Awesome. Now, I acting is acting, but I know that theater and film are very different. So what exactly was different about it? Did you have to prepare differently, perform differently? What was different?
I think for theater it's different because like from the second the curtain rises, you kind of have your character kind of has like a 2 hour like arc that they go on. Whereas coming in for a film, you're kind of like jumping into different spots in time where your character is. And so I was definitely a little nervous hopping into that world because you don't know where you're going to be on a certain day and how it's going to affect this one scene. But I did a similar process to like what I would do for theater, and I kind of just came in and had all my lines ready to go. That way I had intention and I was ready to jump straight in. And also with the cast of the movie, I mean, it made it pretty easy. You kind of catch it like when I'm sitting across from Milo or John Michael Finley, I catch a vibe pretty quickly of what we're trying to make.
That's good to hear. Yeah, with film jumping around and stuff, and then this film being very emotionally heavy, and theater works very linearly. I'm glad that you were able to jump in and out of it, but did that make it difficult to find that emotional space?
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, it is hard to like be doing a very emotional scene and then kind of pop out and talk about it and then hop right back into it. Um, but I think from my theater background, it kind of helped teach me because when you're doing theater, you have 4 months to really like sit with your character, and you're spending that time like being your character and figuring out what that show's going to be. Whereas this was a lot more soul searching with myself and with the actual Sam. Because that's kind of like the best resource as an actor. Like all of the questions, well, not all, but most of the questions I kind of had the encyclopedia of my character in the real Sam. So that was the part that really kind of made it a far easier challenge to tackle.
I'm glad that you were able to have that. Um, so with this being emotionally charged, and then you're stepping into the shoes of a real person, what was that like for you?
Yeah, it was really cool because Sam and I kind of have a lot of the things that we talk about in the movie with the whole father son dynamic I've kind of experienced in my life. to have like that wantingness to connect, but it being missed time and time again. And so I was really, I was really taken, I was really taken by the way that his story went with music, because again, music is such a huge part of my life. So to hear his story and kind of overlay it onto mine helped me see different things and in my life, and then also take those and implement them into this character that I'm trying to build, or this caricature of Sam that I'm trying to create in myself. And so that was really something that really made the process a lot easier to kind of transition from Sam to Sam, that to make it more confusing.
Uh, Sounds cathartic for the both of you, though.
Yeah, very.
That's good. That's good. So, with it being a faith-based film centering on faith, family, resilience, and personal growth, what did you personally take away from this process?
I really took away that whole family thing that this film is kind of based off of. It's, I feel like it's rare that you go into a project and then you come out with what you would call a family. And I feel like from the second I stepped foot onto set, I was like inducted into this family of I Can Only Imagine. And it's the movie people and it's the actual music people. And so I really felt myself coming away being like, how can I bring the vibe of this set to everything else? How can I bring this love and that we've shared over these past 3 months and find how to bring that to other projects, different topics, different things that just quite frankly just need love in the world.
We all need a little more love in our lives.
That's for sure.
Um, Thinking about the audience in terms of the content of the film, what do you hope that they take away from watching it?
There's for this film there's a lot of vulnerability that we kind of tackle. Um, that like whole push and pull of like being honest with yourself. And I think very specifically for my generation and the story that my character is kind of trying to get through and push through, I think the more honest you're able to be with yourself about your shortcomings or different things like that, the sooner you get to realize that like life and faith, it can all kind of be messy. You don't really need to be perfect. That's the beauty of life. And so when you're able to be honest with yourself and vulnerable with the people you love and admire, you get to live life a lot fuller.
I agree. I agree. And music is a very vulnerable thing. So kind of just adds a nice layer to all of that as well.
Yeah, 100%. And that's like music is such a huge part of my personal life and also like my character's life and how I like listen to music shifts based on where I am in my life. So it's all very interesting.
Has working on this film inspired your music?
Yes, it definitely has. I'm trying to remember an exact number, but while I was in Nashville filming this, I think I wrote in and around 30 songs. And because they were just kind of like I was in the music city in general, and I was with these exceptionally talented people, and I was living one life of okay, I'm filming this movie, and I was also still in high school, and I was like thinking about that life that I'm also living, and so I was able to really dive into it. And then also after we wrapped filming, I ended up coming back to Nashville, and Sam Millard, who I play, he actually wound up producing my whole EP. So I have a new EP that's coming out March 13th called Playground of Glass. And it's kind of songs that I've been building over the past year and kind of nourishing, I guess.
I love that. I love that. So there's songs that did you write them while filming?
There's a couple songs in there that I wrote while filming, but it's also like I don't know, I feel like every moment, every song that I write in the past has started to lead me to where I am now, right? So to kind of share those especially in this time when I've kind of made a big jump to the next part of where I want to be in my career. I feel like it's a perfect moment to share the songs that like I was writing and I still am writing now.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Congrats on that as well.
Thank you very much.
Um, so recently you made the big jump to the big screen with acting for film, and now you are songwriting and producing songs. So what's up next for you? What are you going to tackle next?
Yeah, my EP, my music is next. First, that is first and foremost. It's all the songs that like I really want people to hear. It's the stories that I want to tell from my life and looking into other people's lives. Um, Music is like the thing that I want to have longevity in and kind of have simultaneously. I was thinking about it before I actually hopped on this, that music and acting have gone very simultaneously with me in my different careers. Like my first job was a huge music project, and then I did musicals and different things where music was very much so like very parallel to the stories. And so now to be here to have this, that's the first thing I want to tackle.
Nice, nice. I'm looking forward to that.
It's a fun one for sure.
Um, so I'm guessing that you're going to keep this relationship with Sam as you go on through your career, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've made a lifelong friend that I'm able to talk with and music about and different things like that. Um, it's so interesting because I find you sometimes when you're trying to play a real person, specifically who's alive, you find yourself like kind of studying them sounds so odd, but that's kind of what it is, right? Like you're trying to find different mannerisms. And as I was like slowly talking to Sam more, I was like, wait a second, I feel like I've done this, or I would do this in this situation, and so it's fun to have that whole breakdown of a friendship before it even really starts.
That's awesome. Yeah. Um, Amazing. My final question for you is just where can we keep up with you, your work, and then where can we find your EP when it drops?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at the Sammy Dell. And my EP will be dropped everywhere on March 13th, all streaming platforms. It's called Playground of Glass. It's 5 songs. And yeah, I'm really excited to share that. It's kind of my own thoughts and my own minds just getting out.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, can't wait to listen to it. Um,
Right.
those were all the questions I had. So thank you so much for chatting. I love the movie and I will be listening to your EP when it drops.
Thank you so much, Beth. I really appreciate it.